on the line. How would you react to that? What are you doing? What are you doing? Same exact words, but said in a different tone. Makes a huge difference. Can you tell someone's tone or mood in a text message? There are many instances in communication when things can take a turn for the worse or for the better. The examples just used will lay a foundation for the rest of the speech, which will deal with how effective communication comes down to the way things are said and when they're said. What makes a person a great speaker and communicator is an act for understanding their audience and their situation. The opening line, in a quieter tone, of "get on the line" is a reference to my time as a head coach of a high school soccer team. What could have easily been my famous last words turned into an establishment of respect and authority. It came down to timing. It came down to understanding my audience. If I said it the first day of practice, probably wouldn't have respected it. But I let things go by and establish credibility. Being that I was only a few years older than my players made me a bit hesitant and, well, worried. Yes, I was actually very worried. What if they don't listen? Do I ask nicely? Please get on the line? Question mark. Luckily, they listened, and I kept all my dignity while also coaching the team to an undefeated season. I'm glad we're all on the same page. Being on the same page tends to be pretty important. For instance, you could say just about anything and it'd be misconstrued as a negative saying. One of my bosses always told his employees and myself, say everything with a smile. Never has there been anything truer. The tone in a person's voice can really affect the entire conversation. I recently started an internship at a local pharmacy. And being that it is my first job as an intern, there's going to be a bit of a learning curve. I worked as a technician, but not with the responsibility of a pharmacist intern. I can only hope that other pharmacists and doctors are as understanding of my learning curve, but naturally, that's not always the case. In one instance, I called another pharmacy, and the technician that answered the phone had a rather annoyed tone from the beginning. She tells me, the pharmacist is busy. And I tell her, that's fine, I'll wait. Then I ask her a few questions to save time from me asking the pharmacist. Ask address, doctor's information, so on and so forth. And as I'm getting to the third question, mid-sentence she hangs up. Now, I could try to give her the benefit of the doubt, but with her tone to begin the conversation being as negative as it was, and no confirmation of a goodbye, I'd be willing to bet she wasn't in the talking mood. Speaking of moods, how can you tell someone's mood or tone in a text? Oh, the detriment of all communication skills. It's almost like the ability to verbally communicate is a thing of the past, a ship that has sailed, a golf ball in the water. There just seems to be no turning back now. But I regressed. So back to the point. Text messaging, as well as emails, but emails are mostly for formal communications. But they're all a part of this easiest form of communication to misunderstand, written. I could go on and on about texts I sent or received that had to be walked back and explained. Even the Navy had to change their way because of my too sensitive generation being afraid of an all-caps message, thinking that someone must be getting yelled at. Heaven forbid someone gets yelled at, but it is one of the best examples of how things can be misunderstood. All three of the examples play back to the same thing, communication. It can be a lost art at times. Nevertheless, communication issues are almost always fixable and preventable. As I said in the beginning, it all comes down to how and when things are said. So as you go out in the future, may the odds be ever in your favor.